everyone, welcome to Sala TV. My name is Salim Wangi. I would like to welcome you to my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to get any notification and new uploads of any videos that I might upload on a weekly basis. For notifications, make sure you check off on the bell so that you can get notifications on your YouTube. So make sure first you subscribe, that way you can get any new updates from my channel. Thank you. Hi, welcome to Sala TV. It's me again. Thank you for coming this week to watch my video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so that you get notifications whenever I upload something new. Today we have a special guest, and she will tell us about the experiences that she has gone through currently. I mean, we watch it on the news every single day of what's happening and we don't believe it, but here is someone that's going to tell us something that they experienced personally. So if you would take this time to invite my guest, I would like to invite my guests for you guys. If you can introduce yourself a little bit to us this morning.
Hello, thank you, viewers. I'm so glad that you're watching today, and as my daughter has just requested, please subscribe to her channel and press the bell so that you'll be getting any new videos that come for her. Now, my name is Cathrine. I am in Worcester, Massachusetts, in USA. As she mentioned, I'm going to talk about Corona because up to now, I'm still home. I'm still recovering. And this has been for a while. But one thing that has surprised me is how many people are saying this is not true. How many people are even having parties and ignoring the truth about Corona? How many people have to be followed to wear the mask? Right now, I'm not wearing one because I'm talking and I want you to see me. Otherwise, because I have been hit, I know the truth about this. One thing I realized, for now, I don't even think there is anybody who knows everything about Corona. And even me, if I didn't get sick, I might be thinking, oh, I can't get Corona. Right. Why? Because I was protecting myself. I was always following all the guidelines. I work in a health sector. And so I know the truth about it. Why? Because I have seen people die. Right. I have seen people die even within 3-4 days. Right. Somebody is talking with you, somebody is walking with you, and they get Corona, and the minute they are told they have Corona, you can even see it on their face. Their faces change immediately. Right. Their lips dry up, and they start all these symptoms. And within 4 to 7 days, they are dead. So it's not a joke. It's not a joke. With me, I didn't even know I had Corona because there is mostly I get a problem with allergies. Where I live, be around May, June, that is springtime, I get allergies from the pollen. And on 20th of May, I woke up and I was very weak. I felt so weak. The first thing was to be tested for Corona. And I was tested by the National Guards. I was negative. The results were negative. Right. But I was so sick, so I called my doctor and told him, I think the allergies are impacting me. I feel so weak and I didn't know what to do. I didn't even know what to say, but I know at this time I get that feeling because of allergies. Right. So my doctor prescribed medication for me and I took the first pill on 20th of May. I was given 3 of them. So I took the pills up to 23rd of May. Right. And I'm still feeling weak. I started now feeling like the throat is hurting, but I have just been tested for Corona and I'm negative. Right. So by 23rd, to me, I'm finishing the medication and I'm still not well. Right. On 24th, during the day, a friend even asked me, can I call 911? And I told her, you know what, I think it's allergy to go. And because I've been tested and it's negative, I didn't have any problem. Right. But by 7 o'clock in the evening, I couldn't even walk. I felt so weak. And I'm wondering, when I take this medication, the first pill works. So by the time I'm finishing the 3 pills, I'm good. But this time, by the 4th day, I was weaker than before. So I called my doctor and I told him I have finished my medication, but I feel weaker than before.
Right.
I even told him, I feel like I can drop this phone right now. And my doctor called 911.
Right.
This is USA, we call 911.
Right.
Other places, I come from Kenya too, and Kenya we call 999. So my doctor called for the ambulance, and the ambulance in 2.5 minutes, they were out here. To my surprise, when I stood, I knew I was very weak.
Right.
So I called my landlord and I asked him to ask my neighbors to open the door because he doesn't live with us.
Right.
To call the neighbors so that they open the door for the ambulance. And by the minute they knocked the door, I could not even walk. I held the wall to go to open the door. And they took me. They didn't even let me go back. From the entrance, they just sat me on the chair and they walked me, they took me out. And they took me to the ambulance. I'm talking with them, it was very cold. It was May. So those who live perhaps where I am in Worcester, it was very cold.
Yeah.
And I was taken to the ambulance. So they put me in the stretcher. To put me in the stretcher, I'm talking with them going down because we were talking of how cold it is. They even had to come back for a jacket for me. I was unconscious.
Wow.
I heard them say she needs 15 liters. And I was like, are they talking about me? It did not take me 3 minutes from the house to the ambulance and I was gone. So it means if they had 5 minutes to get to my house, I could not have been there. And I don't know what it is because 3 days ago, I was negative.
Right.
So they gave me the oxygen. A friend who was here told me they also give me the IV and they took me to the hospital. I didn't know all that.
Wow.
I don't even know how we got to the hospital. And I was still unconscious in the ER because they first took me to the ER. In the ER here, they keep you like 5 hours.
Right.
So I believe they worked on me for those 5 hours. The funny part is, by the time they finished, the 5 hours were over, almost every organ in me was dying.
Oh my goodness.
My kidneys were failing, my liver was failing, and I don't know, I was running. I had, I had a diarrhea.
Right.
I didn't know. So that tells you all my organs were failing. I hiked blood pressure. No, I didn't hike, it went down.
Right.
To a point that by the time the 5 hours were over, I needed to be taken to the ICU. So they took me to the ICU. I needed intubation. So because by now the oxygen, even if I'm getting the oxygen from the way they
Machine.
put through the nose,
Right.
my body was still not receiving enough.
Right.
So I needed intubation. I needed dialysis within 2 days.
Right.
The liver was failing, I needed insulin. So within 3 days, I was almost gone. I have read my report and I realized on the third day, things were so bad. They were trying everything. And on the third day, they even had to give me a temporary pacemaker because my heartbeat had gone to 40. I had intubation, so oxygen was not a problem. And that is when they decided to start dialysis with me. So I had dialysis and I was in ICU unconscious for 2 weeks.
Wow.
The third week, they removed me there, not mostly because I needed to be removed. Now I have come to know this later. It's because there was too much COVID in that place. And at this time, I'm not testing positive.
Right.
The surprising thing is, even in ICU, I didn't test positive. But as they were checking, they said I was sepsis. That is why all my vital organs were dying. They said I was sepsis, and it looked like the antibodies were showing coronavirus, traces of coronavirus. And that is when they concluded I must have had it earlier, and I fought it without knowing. So being a asymptomatic is also not a good thing. You could be having it in your body, and it won't show, but it impacts everything in you. So I still believe people are learning more about corona, and perhaps the way I was affected is different from anybody else. And one thing I can tell you, I was working and I could tell you almost every time I worked, somebody died. But the way their symptoms were was different from somebody else. So you can't really tell you have these viruses, and you can't even say they don't exist. When you are told to follow the guidelines, please follow them. I have never been sick. I have never been hospitalized. My doctors were the physical test. So the only thing I was getting is the allergy impacts. And allergies, once the 2 months are over, I'm back. I have never been sick. Even cold, I can go for even 2-3 years without getting cold. I'm talking of just running nose. And when this thing impacted my body, it almost killed me. So what I'm trying to say, don't say corona is not here. Don't play around with the guidelines. Because you can get corona like I did, and I don't know. I didn't feel it. I literally did not feel it. Even the test did not show. It's until they went to the antibodies and they saw I had strong soldiers, which are the immune system. And so I fought it, I continued working, and nothing bothered me. So please, I'm talking because when I hear, and I don't go for 2 days without hearing, even from the news, that college students are partying. Parents are allowing kids to have parties in their home without protecting themselves. Please, please, I'm so happy to have this opportunity. Corona is real. Corona is real. Even you who is saying corona is not real, perhaps you have had it, and you healed without knowing. And not only that, you could be asymptomatic and you're passing it to other people. Please, when you are not following the guidelines, because up to now, I'm not healed yet. When I healed, I was treated for 3 weeks. I was then transferred for rehabilitation. When I went for rehabilitation, from the first minute, I couldn't even keep my head up. I needed a special chair that supported my head. There was nothing that was working. Why? Because being in bed for 3 weeks without moving at all, I developed myopathy. Myopathy is the weakness, and the weakness that I got was for the muscles and for the nerves. So I didn't even know I had that. So I went through that for 3 weeks, and the 4th week I was able to go home with a cane. I had very good, and this is Whittier Hospital. They had very good rehab nurses. And if the physical therapist and the occupational therapist and the doctors, the nurses, they worked so well for me. And I used to tell them, please push me, because I didn't want to stay in that bed anymore. So although I was able to even walk with a cane, I came home, and that is where now I realized how weak I was. You know, in the hospital, you see others who are struggling like you. You even see like you're better than the others. So that doesn't really show you exactly how you are. When I came home is when I realized I was really sick. My muscles, I had lost 37 pounds. So to gain this 37 pounds, it was mostly in the muscles. So to build the muscles, I'm still not able to go back to work. Since May, I've gone through therapy now. This is now the 3rd month, and I'm still not able to drive. My hands are still weak. The beauty of it is I took the journey of eating. I have been eating 5 times a day, at least to gain my body. So now what I need is to gain the strength back. And now from this week, I'm able to go to the gym. That is a therapeutic gym, not just any gym, because my doctor can't sign for me to go to a hospital gym, because she doesn't want me to be exposed at all. So I'm going to a private, like a small gym that deals with the PT and OT, and with that I'm now going to exercise until I get my energy back, because really my strength is so weak. Even walking, my legs are still very weak. And because when I started exercising and developed the muscles, the nerves now started burning.
Right.
All my joints were burning, and I have gone through some shots because I couldn't even exercise without pain.
Right.
It got to a point where they want to exercise my knees, I can't exercise. They want to exercise my feet, I can't exercise. Even right now, I have to go for shots for the elbows. So I can't lift things and work with the weights, pull things the way I'm supposed to, walk the way I'm supposed to when I'm in that much pain. But the good thing is the shots I'm getting, they are relieving the pain so that now I can work with the physical therapist and the occupational therapist better. You don't want to go through what I have gone.
No, not at all.
One thing I can tell you, God has come through in a big way that I can't explain. I have a large community of Kenyans in this place.
Right.
And when my people heard that I was sick, I'm a mother of 2 boys, they joined hands. And on my 3rd day in ICU, they said everything has to be taken care of.
Right.
I'm a single mother, so they didn't know what I was going to do with the children. So they came together and they decided they'll be contributing for my rent, my car pay, my insurance, my phone. They started organizing and contributing money for that. And when I came out of the hospital, they knew this might not take as long as I need therapy. They organized a fundraising, and the money I got is what is maintaining me today. I was able to pay some bits of the co-pays that we have for the hospitals, and up to now, even going for that therapy, I'm not allowed to drive. I need a taxi. I need to, because people are busy. This is Massachusetts. This is Worcester. People are busy. And because they have given me money, I'm able to pay for taxi to go and come, and even the copay for this therapist. It's not easy, but my people have come together and they have really done wonders. I thank God. I have been thanking them all. And one more thing they did. When I got sick, they all started praying.
Right.
Churches organized prayers for me. And not only the time I was in the hospital, even when I came out of the hospital, I have been having visitors almost every time. I get visitors, and you know what? Can you imagine? I came from hospital in July, and up to today, this is September, for 2 months I'm home. More than 2 months I'm home. They have been giving me food, cooked food. They bring cooked food. They take care of me. If I need to go even shopping, I have somebody to take me for shopping. So my community has been so good, and they have really been helping. So I'm speaking to these to people to know, if you are alone, trust God and talk. Don't hide it. Most of us are hiding. Even when you're given 2 weeks to stay to quarantine, you hide that you're sick. But in there, people need to know you're there. For one, so that they can pray for you. Especially because when you're not too sick, you stay in that room, but most people go through a lot of problems. They have a lot of pain. Sometimes they even think like they will die. I have talked with more than 10 people who have been quarantined because they're sick. It's not a joke. So don't hide it. Let people know, for one, so that they can even call you and talk with you, because being in a room for 14 days alone, it's not easy. Because once you are sick, even you don't want to be with your family. They bring food at the door and they leave. You don't want your children, your husband, your family members, any family members in your house to get sick. So this thing is real.
It is.
And please stop playing with it. I have witnessed a lot. I'm talking of hundreds of people who have died. So because I work in an area where people are taken care and they really are at risk of getting sick. So please follow the guidelines. It doesn't matter. Even if the number goes down, still follow the guidelines. Because as we are hearing, the vaccine might be available at the end of the year. And not to everybody. Not to everybody. We don't know whether it will reach you, it will reach me after 2 years. So what are we going to do? To just be careless? Right now, I can't even risk. I can't even risk. So
Right.
please, let me take care of you and you take care of me.
Yeah.
Okay? So that this thing will stop or reduce. We don't know what the end of it, but we know it cannot be here for long.
Right.
So thank you for listening, and I hope my speaking out will help somebody. So thank you, and God bless you.
Well, thank you, Catherine. This was such a great time for Catherine to share her story with us. We take this time to thank her. And if you are out there and you want to support her, I will leave in my details a way to contact her, a way to send her money so that you can support her, because she is still recovering. And this is not a thing that we joke about, because you know what? Sickness is not for one person, sickness is for everybody. So never take this as a joke, and always be careful, wash your hands, and stay safe out there. Thank you for watching Salad TV. I'll see you next week. Thank you.